So the Cowboys just received another massive draft warning by an NFL insider. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. About a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Ashton Jeanty being the Cowboys' top draft prospect in the eyes of the NFL world. And we talked about Dane Brugler from The Athletic basically saying that if the Cowboys didn't pick Ashton Jeanty at number 12 overall, then Jeanty could fall out of the top 20 in April. Now, we took that as a warning because it meant that the Cowboys might be the lone NFL team to consider Jeanty that high. And it's interesting because since then, we've learned a lot about the Cowboys and the NFL draft expectations. The NFL scouting combine in Indianapolis is huge because, yes, we get measurables from players and we see them test on the field, but it's also very important because the NFL world gets together in the same place at the same time. And that means reporters and insiders get a chance to talk with multiple teams, coaches, executives, everything. And then as fans and as content creators, we get to really decipher what teams are thinking. Well, with the Cowboys specifically, it felt like we saw a very specific shift in expectations for their pick at number 12 overall. After the NFL Scouting Combine, The Athletic released a mock draft, ESPN released its mock draft, and both had the same name at number 12. Now, this is after months and months of seeing Ashton Jeanty linked with the Cowboys at that pick. Now it became wide receiver Ted McMillan from Arizona. Now, McMillan, in the eyes of many, can rise to be the number one wide receiver of this year's draft class. Why? He's big. He can be that X receiver. He can fight for that 50-50 football in the air. And I've seen some people compare him in the sense of, hey, best case scenario, he's like Drake London from the Atlanta Falcons, who is off to a hot start in his career over there in Atlanta. Well, NFL insider Peter Schrager had a big warning for the Cowboys if they're really interested in McMillan. And this is because Schrager, who is very well connected around the NFL, said that he would be shocked if McMillan fell out of the top 10, which sets a very interesting scenario for the Cowboys. If they're set on someone like McMillan because of their need at a wide receiver, which they clearly consider a need after they traded for Jonathan Mingo, a fourth-round pick last year, then that means they might be forced to trade up, which has been so uncommon in Cowboys' recent draft history. And personally, I think it might even be out of the question. They really value their draft picks, and they have a bunch of fifth-rounders that they could use to trade up a few spots, but it would be dangerous because they also want to climb back into that fourth round. The Cowboys, if they want Ted McMillan, it doesn't seem like a guarantee that he'll be there at number 12 overall. And that should get the Cowboys thinking if the buzz about them liking McMillan is true.